So what we're talking about is climate science, and there's climate change, and there's climate deniers, okay? So the thing you don't do to people who deny science is put them on an equal platform with you, right? It's a mistake, because what the mistakes that the press has always made about climate change, the debate, which there isn't a debate about it, is that they'll 99,000 scientists agree on climate change, and then there's maybe 2 who don't agree, and they'll bring on one of those guys who agrees that we're affecting climate change, and they'll bring on a denier and act like it's 50-50, like it's even. It's not. These guys are idiots. They're not playing by real science, and so that's the deal. We shouldn't have debate. Just like when Bill Nye, the science guy, debated the evolutionists recently. Right. You don't do that, because it puts evolution on the same stage as science, and I mean, it puts creationism on the same stage as science. That you don't do that stuff, right? Do you agree with me?
It's not like a point of view where, should we have the immigration bill? Should we not?
Yes.
It's not like where both sides are roughly equal and one's not insane.
Here's what I tell people, right? I don't debate evolution or climate science, because climate scientists have already debated global warming, and they've all reached a consensus. So I'm not a climate scientist, so I'm just gonna go ahead with what the science says, right? Just like I'm not an evolutionary biologist, but all the evolutionary biologists agree that evolution is happening, right?
I don't know for sure.
I don't know.
Let's hash this out today on Meet the Press.
Exactly.
Is the Earth flat? We need to know.
Is ice cold? We're going to talk about it today on Meet the Press. So that's a great point. So that's what they're doing here. So David Gregory has on Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. Is that her name, Marsha? It's Blackburn, I know that. And Bill Nye, the science guy, is on Meet the Press, or Press the Meet, with David Gregory, Mr. Handsome Guy Say Things. And so here, but they should not have this debate. And Congresswoman Blackburn tells us exactly why. Play it.
Neither he nor I are a climate scientist. He is an engineer and actor. I am a member of Congress.
Yes, so Meet the Press wants to have a debate about climate science. No climate scientists on the fucking panel. We have Bill Nye, who's not a climate scientist, and we have the Congresswoman, who's definitely not a scientist, and we have David Gregory. Maybe you bring on a climate scientist, David, to talk about, I don't know, climate science? What other thing would you do this with? Hey, we're going to talk about football today with Walter Payton and O.J. Simpson, and then we're going to talk about baseball with the same 2 guys. Why do we need to bring in? We don't need any experts to talk. It's ridiculous, right? So it goes on, and basically the whole debate. So what happens when somebody who doesn't believe, and by the way, I hate that saying, do you believe in global warming or climate change? It hasn't to do with
not a religion.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do, it's not faith. This is all evidence-based, right? This is empirical evidence and data. I don't have to believe in global warming. It doesn't matter what I believe. I just look at the data. You see what I'm saying? Right? You don't have to believe in it. So when people say, "Oh, I don't believe in climate," no, you don't recognize the accepted scientific fact that humans are causing the globe to warm, or the climate to change, okay? That's how we should say. Do you recognize the accepted scientific fact? That's how they should couch that question, not, hey, do you believe in global? That is a bad way to do it. So what happens when these debates actually happen is the person who's anti-science tries to muddy the waters and pretend that there's still some kind of, we're not sure about it. Robert?
The thing that I find fascinating about this is that people who have witnessed climate change, they can see that the pond doesn't freeze over the way it used to. They will not accept climate change as a reality, but they are perfectly willing to accept the idea that there is voter fraud in Ohio, a state they've never been to. They're completely willing to accept that right on the face of it.
Yes, that's fantastic. That is correct. That is correct. And
I believe in Robert.
I believe in Robert.
You shouldn't.
I'm not sure he's sitting there, honestly.
So basically, the rest of the debate went like this. She tried to pretend that there was still some debate about it, and he kept saying, well, here, play the clip. Here's what he kept saying.
I got to say, once again, what people are doing is introducing the idea that scientific uncertainty, in this case about cold weather events in what we call back east, is the same as uncertainty about the whole idea of climate change.
So that's he basically saying, hey, she's trying to bring some uncertainty into this. There is no uncertainty. We're certain about climate change. Here's how it went again. There's the next one.
Well, once again, the Congresswoman is trying to introduce doubt.
Okay.
And doubt in the whole idea of climate change.
So that's it. So there is no doubt about climate change. There is no uncertainty. And guess what? There is no debate about climate change. It's accepted. All the climate scientists understand it. They accept it. That's the working models. The only research being done, funded, or worked off of is climate scientists who agree that humans are causing global climate change. So there's no debate, except David Gregory ends the segment like this.
All right, we are going to leave it there. This debate goes on. I thank you for your time.
No, this debate does not go on, David. This debate does not go on. There's no debate. And especially there's no debate when you're talking about climate science with two non-climate scientists, and you're the fucking news show. Anyway, anybody have anything to say about this?
I think it's wrong, Jimmy.
Thank you.
I think there is a debate if you frame it like this. There's a debate between people who know that there's climate change and people who are willingly lying about it.
Okay.
You know? Like, should we lie about climate change? That's the only debate.
Yeah.
Should we lie to our constituency as to whether it's happening and maybe actually do something about it?
So that's the debate. The debate isn't whether there's actual climate change. The debate is, should we lie about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a debate.